you ever had your midwife recognize you from your mugshot during labor? 3 years ago, I was 9 months pregnant and handcuffed to a hospital bed while my midwife stared at me like she'd seen a ghost. It started when I was 22, desperate and stupid. My boyfriend Roderick had this brilliant plan to make quick money selling fake designer bags. I was the lookout while he handled transactions. We thought we were untouchable until an undercover cop bought a Gucci purse that fell apart in her hands. The mugshot they took that night haunts me still. Mascara streaked down my face, eyes wide with terror. I got probation. Roderick got 2 years. I swore I'd turn my life around. Fast forward 4 years. I'd rebuilt everything. Got my GED, landed a decent job at a veterinary clinic, met Desmond at a coffee shop. He was patient, kind, everything Roderick wasn't. When I told him about my past on our 3rd date, he just held my hand and said, "That's not who you are now." We got married in his grandmother's backyard. Small ceremony, fresh start. When that pregnancy test showed positive, I cried happy tears for the first time in my life. Everything was perfect until my water broke at 3 a.m. Desmond drove like a maniac to the hospital. Between contractions, I laughed at him running red lights. "Baby, I already have a criminal record. You don't need one too." The birthing center was calm, dimly lit. The midwife who walked in was this gorgeous woman with intricate braids and the kindest smile. Her name tag read Jolene. "First baby?" she asked, checking my charts. I nodded, gripping Desmond's hand through another contraction. She started her examination, asking routine questions. Then she looked up at my face, really looked, and her professional mask slipped for just a second. "Have we met before?" she asked carefully. "I don't think so," I panted. She kept staring. I saw the exact moment recognition clicked. Her eyes widened slightly, then narrowed. She excused herself, saying she needed to check something. Desmond kissed my forehead. "You're doing great, baby." But I knew. Something in Jolene's expression told me she'd figured out exactly where she'd seen me before. She returned with another nurse, whispering urgently. My heart sank. Was she calling security? Child services? Could they take my baby because of a years-old mistake? "Is everything okay?" Desmond asked. Jolene approached slowly. "I need to ask you something, and I need you to be honest. Were you arrested in 2021, downtown district?" The room went silent, except for the fetal monitor's steady beeping. "Yes," I whispered. Desmond's hand tightened around mine. He knew my history, but hearing it announced during labor was different. "Thought so," Jolene said. Then, unexpectedly, she smiled. "You testified against Roderick Gaines, right? The counterfeit ring?" I nodded, confused. "That man sold my sister a fake purse for $500. It was supposed to be her graduation gift to herself. She'd saved for months." Jolene pulled up a chair. She cried for weeks, not about the money, but the betrayal. Then we saw on the news that his girlfriend turned state's witness. You gave her closure. Another contraction hit. Jolene immediately shifted back to midwife mode, coaching me through it. "I'm sorry," I gasped when it passed. "About your sister. About everything. Don't apologize. You did the right thing." She checked my progress. 8 centimeters, almost there. The next 2 hours blurred together. Pain, pushing, Desmond's encouraging words, and Jolene's steady presence. She never left my side, even when her shift technically ended. "One more push," she urged. "You're stronger than you know." Then suddenly, a cry filled the room. My daughter. They placed her on my chest, this perfect, tiny human who would never know hunger or desperation or the weight of bad choices. "She's beautiful," Jolene said softly. "What's her name?" I looked at Desmond, then back at her. "Grace, because that's what we've been given." Jolene stayed to help me breastfeed, sharing stories about her own kids. Before leaving, she squeezed my hand. "You know what I see when I look at you?" she asked. "Not a mugshot, not someone who made mistakes. I see a woman who chose truth when it mattered, who rebuilt her life, who brought something beautiful into this world." I started crying. Hormones, exhaustion, gratitude all mixing together. "Thank you," I managed. "My sister's doing great now, by the way. Runs her own boutique. Real designer bags only." Jolene winked. "I'll bring you her card. Maybe when Grace is older you can tell her that story. How her mom chose courage. She left us then. Me, Desmond, and Grace. Our little family, built on second chances and truth." That mugshot still exists somewhere in police databases. But it's not who I am anymore. I'm Grace's mom, Desmond's wife, Jolene's patient who proved people can change. Sometimes the worst moments of your past show up when you least expect them, but sometimes they arrive just to remind you how far you've come.